Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go.
Guys, I was having a conversation with a client of mine named Ann. Shouts out to Ann. She's down 104 pounds and so proud of her accomplishments. But she hit me up in the Instagram DMs and she was telling me how one of her close friends ended up passing away from type 2 diabetes. You know, she ended up getting her leg cut off or something like that, and you know, she ended up leaving her son behind, 15-year-old son behind. And it's just so heartbreaking to hear stories like that because I grew up in a family like that, y'all. Like for some of y'all may not know my story. I grew up with my granddad and his two sisters. I didn't really grow up with my mom and dad. Like I moved with my dad when I was 13 years old. But I grew up with my granddad and his two sisters. We used to eat soul food all the time. We used to be eating, pork chops, neck bones, cornbread, macaroni and cheese, green beans. I used to lick the bowl after my great auntie would finish making the mix for the pound cake. You know what I'm saying? And so I grew up under those circumstances of eating that way. And I also noticed as a little kid, a lot of folks in my family would have like strokes. I would hear about, such just had a major stroke. One of my great aunties, her boyfriend at that time, he was cool. He used to talk, named Abram. He used to talk all the time. And then one day after he had a stroke, never spoke another word. I never heard him speak ever again, y'all. And I just used to see him drooling outside of his mouth because, again, I grew up with them, you know. And so it was just painful, you know. And my grandfather passed away at 46 years old. He had sleep apnea. Went in, because back then they really didn't know what sleep apnea really was. Went in to get like a test done. Ended up passing away in his sleep. And he was a very morbidly obese guy, you know. Sleep apnea can happen like from a hereditary standpoint for some people, but for a lot of people who are gaining a lot of weight, if you know you didn't have sleep apnea beforehand and you can gain weight, now you have it, no good. You got to solve that problem by losing the weight, okay? But I say all this to say, like, this is one of the reasons I went to Georgia State University. You know, this is why I studied nutrition and exercise science. You know, I had a hope of going to the NFL and being able to take care of my family. But when that didn't happen, you know, I fell into a depression and I had to find another passion and another purpose. And, you know, as I started to learn more about nutrition, more about exercise, more about lifestyle, I came to realize, like, damn, a lot of the things I'm learning in school, man, I didn't learn when I was a kid. Like nobody in my family knew about, you know, eat like this, don't eat like this. We didn't know that. Shit, all we knew was eat soul food. It's good. It's good for the soul. You know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of pain. There was a lot of heartache, you know, because we lost a lot of people that we loved and cared about, you know. And now me being 34 years old, I would just, man, it'd just be amazing for my two great aunties, Annette and Louise, and my granddad to see me. You know, it would just be awesome for them to be able to, for me to be able to experience that, and them too. But, you know, all of them were morbidly obese too, y'all. All of them. I'm not talking about no 30 or 50 pounds overweight. I'm talking about 80 to 100 plus pounds overweight. And so I say all this to say, in this day and age, everybody on social media, they big on talking about, we'll go break the generational curses. And I think a lot of times people think about the financial side of breaking generational curses. You don't want to be broke no more. But that's not the only generational curse we need to break. The other generational curse is health. Teaching your family and your kids a new standard of living, right? Your lifestyle. Some of y'all who are dealing with high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes and sleep apnea and things like that, guys, it's your habits. It's your lifestyle. And if you have children, what makes you think they're going to grow up any different? If you know you feel bad about where your weight is, you know you're worried and stressing about health issues and having to spend more and take more medications and go on doctor visits and things like that, but you're teaching your children to eat the same way. Some of y'all are eating the way your kids eat, eating Pop-Tarts and honey buns and, eating chips all day and just don't even have a balanced eating regimen. If you are living that way, what makes you think your kids are not going to grow up in the same footsteps as what you've been going through? They're going to go through the same thing. From my understanding, when you have kids, you want them to be better than you. You know what I'm saying? You want them to not have to go through the same pains and heartaches and stress that you did. So you pave a better path for them. Not just financially, but just full circle, like holistically. And so it's just so painful when I hear stories like that, because it could be completely avoided if you start to pay attention to your habits. Start paying attention to how you really live in your life and not making the excuses of, man, I grew up like this, so I'm going to keep eating like this. No. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting the same results, if not worse. There was a celebrity who passed away from type 2 diabetes a couple of months ago. I think his name Irv Gotti or something like that. I heard him on an interview. I heard like a little clip. On Instagram, social media, you see the little clips. And he was talking about how he knew he had type 2 diabetes. And his family was telling him that he needed to eat better. But he was like, I'm going to eat what I want to eat. Months later, passed away. God, this shit is real. If you out here, you thinking that just losing weight is just all about looks and appearance, you are sadly mistaken. When I talk about getting rid of that big old ass stomach, I do not just talk about just for appearance and vanity. Like, of course, we want to look good, but man, it is so much more. When you lose that stomach, the quality of your life go up because you're more confident and proud about how you're looking. You don't have to worry and stress about health-related issues, feeling tired all the time, clothes don't fit. You could be a better role model for your family and your kids because you look better. Now you can inspire them to want to do better. Like, I've had people in my coaching program like Ashley, joined the coaching program. She's down like 30, 40 something pounds. And her children have adopted her way of eating. They done lost 10 pounds each. You see what I'm saying? So it's shit like that, man. When you start to live better and you make it look sexy to be healthy. You make it look sexy to want to work out and eat good food, eat fruits and vegetables and proteins. Your kids go do the same thing. It don't have to just be what do you call them, like actors and music artists and singers and rappers. Those don't have to be the only people your kids look up to. They can look up to you, but you got to make the shit look sexy. If you going to the gym for not months but years and you ain't lost no weight, of course that ain't gonna look sexy because they don't see you getting no results. But if your kids and your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, even your parents, if they see you going to the gym and you eating right and they like, yo, I see that weight coming off of you. Yeah. You know what? Well, what foods you be eating again? Oh, I'm gonna start doing that too. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all be going through it, especially if you're getting results, because you're making it look sexy. You're making exercise or eating right look sexy because they see you're getting results from it. But if you're going months and years doing the same shit, different diet, different workout, jumping from diet plan to diet plan, workout plan to workout plan, looking for the next hack, and the weight going up and down, up and down, up and down, what story is that telling your kids and your family? You can put in all this time and effort, but still not get the results you want to. So at some point, you got to set a new standard. At some point, you have to want to set a new standard of living for the people that you love and care about. This shit is not just for you. Y'all, you just so caught up into your feelings. This is so much bigger than just you. If it was just all about me, guys, all I would just show is just add photos and videos. I don't even be showing my body off on social media like that because it ain't about me. It's about me helping the people who want to be helped. Because some of y'all ask you cool with being fat, and that's fine. And you cool with being unhealthy, and that's fine. You downplay it. But I'm looking to help the folks who are like, I know this ain't it right here. I can't be being all big like this. I can't let this get out of control. I can't be having no high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes and hooking myself up to a CPAP machine and all the other things that come along with you letting your weight get out of control. Those are the folks I'm talking to. It don't have to happen overnight. It doesn't have to be as hard as you might think it's going to be. It doesn't. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but once you start to just, number one, set the standard and make a decision like, I'm no longer willing to live like this. Once you do that, everything else follows suit. Meaning, you're putting in the work, and then you say to yourself, man, I'm no longer willing to just be like playing with my time like this. I'm no longer willing to be just playing with my health like this. I got to go ahead and figure this shit out. And so what you do, you get a plan. You get structure. Guys, smart people, they don't wing. They care about their time, guys. They care about their time because we don't get these days back. We don't get this year back. If y'all got kids, you don't get these years with your kids back. Once it's over, it's over. Once they're adults, they're adults. And so wouldn't you like to give them an imprint of a true blueprint on how to be successful in all areas of life? Not just financially, but also with your relationships, with your relationship with yourself. Like, when you take care of yourself, you create a better relationship with you. Because you know you got you. You got better energy, you look better, you feel better, you able to go out and enjoy life. Some of y'all really not even enjoying life. You plugging into other people every day because you bored. Your life is so boring, you have to plug into other people. Look at TV shows and plug into the what's his name? Shadir Sanders story. You got to plug into other people instead of plugging into you. Guys, your life don't have to be boring if you don't want it to be boring. You don't have to be living with purpose by just chasing money. You can be living in purpose by building your best self. If you know you 30, 50, 100 pounds overweight, that's more than enough purpose right there. Because not only is it going to require you to understand what to do in the gym and with your nutrition to lose that weight, you're going to have to become a different version of yourself. You got to think differently about yourself. For a person to gain 30, 50, 100 pounds, you have to start thinking differently about who you are, your self-worth, the whole nine. Otherwise, you're not going to feel worthy of being able to have the flat stomach or the abs. You see what I'm saying? And wouldn't you like for your kids who coming up to have high standards for themselves? Nobody don't want their son or their daughter to talk to somebody that they don't feel is worthy of having their son or daughter, right? And so you teach your child, hey baby, you don't want to talk to nobody like that. That's a tire kicker right there. They gonna waste your time. They gonna waste years of your life. You gotta set the standard for them in all facets, not just with relationships or who they talk to. What about their health? What about how they talk to themselves when they go through tough times? Because when you go on your weight loss journey, you go through tough times. And when you go through tough times, you go bitch, moan, and cry and quit. Or you go talk to yourself, you go empower yourself, you go be like, look, this part of the game. This part of the game, it ain't easy being breezy. Everybody go through tough times. On social media, everybody just don't show it. Everybody just don't show it, y'all. That's just social media. But everybody go through tough times. But if you think to yourself, you're going to be able to lose all this weight and it's going to be sunshines and roses, you're going to smile the whole way through, not happening. Not happening. All right? But at the end of the day, set the standard. Because if you don't, who will? And you go see another generation when you get older, you go see them getting older. You go see them gaining weight and going through high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes and sleep apnea and all this kind of shit. But you could have changed it. You could have changed the whole narrative if you would have led by example. Because people looking at you. You don't have to be Coach Jay Jackson with 150-something thousand followers to have influence. You could be you. You could have 2 or 3 people or one person who cares about what you say. And you can change their whole life just by what you do, by the standards that you set. You got a little kid, you got a little cousin, you got a brother, a sister, a mom, or dad, whoever it is. You go out and set the standard. Stop waiting for other people. Stop waiting for somebody else to do it. Why can't you do it? That's it, man. I don't know what else to say. This shit just be getting me pissed off when I see stories like this. It's just heartbreaking. you know. Yeah, somebody got to do it. Anyway, we out of here. Let's go.
Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable, and if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information, and I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.